Founding of Rome. According to legend, Rome was founded in 753 BCE by the twin brothers Romulus and Remus. Romulus: "This land is beautiful, Remus. We should build a great city here." Remus: "Yes, brother. But how do we begin?" Romulus: "Will ask the gods for help. They will guide us." The twins built a shrine to the gods and prayed for their guidance. The gods appeared to the twins in their dreams and told them to build a city. Romulus and Remus began to plan their city. But they soon disagreed about where it should be located. Romulus: "Let's build our city on this hill." Remus: "No, brother. Let's build it on that hill." The argument between the brothers grew heated, and they began to fight. Romulus killed his brother Remus, and then founded the city of Rome on the hill where he had planned. Rome grew into a great city and eventually became the center of a vast empire, leaving a lasting legacy on Western civilization. And so, the legend of the founding of Rome lives on, inspiring generations to come. Roman monarchy. For the first 244 years of its existence, Rome was ruled by a series of kings. The Roman monarchy was characterized by the rule of powerful kings, who wielded absolute power over their subjects. The kings of Rome were responsible for maintaining law and order and for leading the city in times of war. But the power of the kings was not absolute. They were subject to the will of the Roman Senate, a body of elected officials who advised the king and had the power to veto his decisions. The Roman monarchy was also marked by its cultural achievements. The kings of Rome sponsored the construction of great public works, such as temples and aqueducts, and the creation of an organized system of law. However, the Roman monarchy was not without its problems. The kings were often accused of tyranny and abuse of power, and many of them were overthrown by their subjects. Despite its flaws, the Roman monarchy laid the foundation for the Roman Republic, a more democratic form of government that would last for centuries to come. And so, the Roman monarchy remains an important chapter in the history of Rome, a time of powerful rulers and cultural achievement, but also of tyranny and unrest. And the legacy of the Roman monarchy continues to inspire and captivate us today. The Roman Republic. In 509 BCE, the Roman Republic was founded, marking a new era of democratic government in Rome. The Roman Republic was characterized by the rule of elected officials, who represented the people and had the power to make decisions on their behalf. The Roman Senate was the most important body in the Republic, and was responsible for making laws, approving treaties, and overseeing the administration of the city. The Republic was also marked by its social structure, which divided Roman society into different classes based on wealth and status. Despite this social division, the Republic was known for its stability and prosperity, and its citizens enjoyed a high degree of freedom and civic participation. However, the Republic was not without its challenges. The struggle for power between different factions often led to political instability and violence. And in the 1st century BCE, the Republic was plunged into a series of civil wars, as powerful generals and politicians fought for control of the city. Ultimately, the Roman Republic was replaced by the Roman Empire, a new system of government characterized by the rule of a single, powerful emperor. But the legacy of the Roman Republic lives on, inspiring generations to come with its ideals of democracy, civic participation, and the rule of law. And so, the Roman Republic remains a key chapter in the history of Rome, a time of democratic government and cultural achievement, but also of political strife and upheaval. The expansion of Rome. From its humble beginnings as a small city-state, Rome would go on to become one of the greatest empires the world had ever seen. Rome's expansion began in earnest in the 3rd century BCE, as it conquered the neighboring city-states of Italy. Over the next several centuries, Rome continued to expand its territory, conquering new lands and peoples across the Mediterranean world. Rome's expansion was driven by a number of factors, including the desire for wealth, power, and prestige, as well as the need for strategic resources such as food, timber, and metals. But Rome's expansion was not without its costs. The empire's military campaigns and conquests brought suffering and devastation to many regions, and its control over vast territories was often tenuous and unstable. Nevertheless, Rome's expansion had a profound impact on the ancient world, spreading its culture, language, and technology far and wide. And though the Roman Empire would eventually fall, its legacy would live on, inspiring generations to come with its vision of a powerful, prosperous, and just society. And so, the expansion of Rome remains one of the most important chapters in the history of Western civilization, a story of conquest, innovation, and cultural exchange that continues to captivate us to this day. The Punic Wars. The Punic Wars were a series of 3 wars fought between Rome and Carthage in the 3rd and 2nd centuries BCE. The wars were driven by a complex web of political, economic, and strategic factors, including control over important trade routes, access to key resources such as grain and timber, and competition for influence in the Mediterranean world. The First Punic War began in 264 BCE, and was fought primarily over control of Sicily, a rich and strategically important island that was claimed by both Rome and Carthage. The war lasted for over 20 years and ultimately ended in Rome's favor, with Carthage being forced to cede Sicily and pay a heavy indemnity. The Second Punic War, which began in 218 BCE, was fought over control of Spain, and saw the brilliant Carthaginian general Hannibal launch a daring invasion of Italy by crossing the Alps with his army. The war saw some of the most famous battles in ancient history, including the Battle of Cannae, where Hannibal's forces inflicted a devastating defeat on the Romans. Ultimately, however, the war ended in Rome's favor, with Hannibal being defeated at the Battle of Zama in 202 BCE and Carthage being forced to cede its territory in Spain and pay a heavy indemnity. The Third Punic War, which began in 149 BCE, was fought over control of North Africa and saw Rome launch a brutal and ruthless campaign against Carthage. In 146 BCE, the city finally fell to Rome, and was systematically destroyed, and its inhabitants sold into slavery. The Punic Wars were some of the most significant events in ancient history, shaping the course of Western civilization and leaving a lasting legacy of conflict, competition, and conquest. And so, the Punic Wars remain a powerful reminder of the human cost of war and a cautionary tale of the dangers of unchecked ambition and greed. The assassination of Julius Caesar and the ensuing civil wars. Julius Caesar was one of the most famous and controversial figures in ancient history, known for his military conquests, political ambitions, and reformist agenda. However, his rise to power and his vision for the Roman Republic would ultimately lead to his downfall, and spark a series of civil wars that would shake the foundations of the Roman world. In 44 BCE, Caesar had been declared dictator for life, and was preparing to leave Rome on a military campaign when he was assassinated by a group of conspirators led by Marcus Brutus and Gaius Cassius. The assassination sent shockwaves through the Roman world, and sparked a period of intense political instability and violence. Caesar's former lieutenant, Mark Antony, emerged as a key player in the power struggle that followed, and allied himself with Caesar's adopted son and heir, Octavian. The two formed a powerful alliance, and together with another prominent general, Lepidus, they established the Second Triumvirate, a 3-man ruling council that held absolute power over the Roman Republic. However, the alliance was fraught with tensions and rivalries, and eventually led to a bitter power struggle between Mark Antony and Octavian. The struggle culminated in the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE, where Octavian's forces decisively defeated Mark Antony and his ally, the Egyptian Queen Cleopatra. With their victory, Octavian became the undisputed ruler of the Roman world, and was given the title Augustus, marking the beginning of the Roman Empire. And so, the assassination of Julius Caesar and the ensuing civil wars marked a turning point in Roman history, leading to the collapse of the Republic and the rise of the Empire, and leaving a lasting legacy of political turmoil, violence, and ambition. And so, the story of Julius Caesar and the civil wars remains a cautionary tale of the dangers of unchecked power and ambition, and a reminder of the fragile nature of political institutions and human societies. Augustus and the Roman Empire. Augustus was one of the most influential figures in ancient history, and his reign marked a pivotal moment in the evolution of the Roman world. Born as Gaius Octavius, Augustus was the adopted son of Julius Caesar, and became his heir after Caesar's assassination. After a long and bitter power struggle with his rivals, Augustus emerged as the undisputed ruler of the Roman world, and initiated a period of peace and prosperity known as the Pax Romana. Under Augustus, the Roman Empire expanded its territories, established a stable and efficient administration, and fostered a vibrant culture and intellectual life. Augustus was also known for his patronage of the arts, and commissioned many of the greatest monuments and buildings of ancient Rome. However, Augustus was also a controversial figure, and his reign was marked by political intrigue, repression, and propaganda. Despite these challenges, Augustus's legacy endured, and his reign laid the foundations for the long-lasting and influential Roman Empire. And so, Augustus and the Roman Empire remain a testament to the enduring power and influence of human civilization, and a reminder of the complex and multifaceted nature of history. And so, the story of Augustus and the Roman Empire continues to inspire and captivate us, as we seek to understand the past and its enduring legacy. The Pax Romana. The Pax Romana, or Roman peace, was a period of relative stability and prosperity that lasted for more than 2 centuries in the Roman Empire. During this time, the Roman Empire expanded its territories, established a complex system of government, and fostered a vibrant culture of arts and learning. At the heart of the Pax Romana was a system of laws and institutions that allowed for the efficient administration of the empire and the protection of its citizens. Under the Pax Romana, trade and commerce flourished, and the Roman economy grew to become one of the most advanced and interconnected in the ancient world. The Pax Romana also saw the development of a rich and diverse culture, with Roman artists, writers, and thinkers producing works that continue to inspire and influence us today. However, the Pax Romana was not without its challenges and controversies. Despite these challenges, the Pax Romana endured for centuries, and left a lasting legacy of order, prosperity, and cultural achievement. And so, the Pax Romana remains a testament to the enduring power and influence of human civilization, and a reminder of the complex and multifaceted nature of history. And so, the legacy of the Pax Romana continues to inspire and captivate us, as we seek to understand the past and its enduring impact on our world today. The emergence and spread of Christianity. Christianity emerged in the 1st century AD in the Roman province of Judea, located in modern-day Israel. It was founded by a man named Jesus of Nazareth, who preached a message of love, forgiveness, and salvation. Jesus' message of hope and redemption quickly gained a following among the people of Judea and beyond, but it was not without its challenges. In the year 33 AD, Jesus was arrested, tried, and sentenced to death by crucifixion. But his message continued to spread among his followers, who came to believe that he had risen from the dead and was the Son of God. In the years following Jesus' death, his followers began to spread his message throughout the Roman Empire, often facing persecution and opposition along the way. Despite these challenges, Christianity continued to grow and spread, as more and more people were drawn to its message of hope and salvation. In the year 313 AD, the Roman Emperor Constantine issued the Edict of Milan, which granted religious tolerance to all people, including Christians. With the support of the Roman Empire, Christianity continued to grow and spread, becoming one of the world's largest and most influential religions. Today, Christianity continues to inspire and influence people around the world, as believers seek to live out the teachings and example of Jesus of Nazareth. And so, the emergence and spread of Christianity remains one of the most significant and enduring legacies of the ancient world, a testament to the power of faith and the resilience of the human spirit. And so, we are left to ponder the mysteries and complexities of history, and the ways in which it continues to shape our world today. The decline and fall of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was one of the most powerful and influential empires in world history, spanning more than 500 years and encompassing much of Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. But despite its many successes, the Roman Empire eventually began to decline, as a combination of internal and external factors weakened its power and stability. In the 3rd century AD, the empire was rocked by a series of crises, including civil wars, plagues, and invasions. Despite efforts to reform the government and military, the empire continued to struggle, as power shifted from Rome to the provincial capitals and local rulers. In the 5th century AD, the empire was invaded by barbarian tribes, including the Goths, Vandals, and Huns, who gradually overran its territories and weakened its power. In 476 AD, the last Roman emperor was deposed, and the Western Roman Empire officially came to an end. The Eastern Roman Empire, also known as the Byzantine Empire, continued to thrive for several more centuries, but it too eventually fell to external threats and internal divisions. The legacy of the Roman Empire, however, continued to shape the world in countless ways, from its legal and political systems to its art, architecture, and language. And so, the decline and fall of the Roman Empire remains a cautionary tale of the dangers of political instability, economic inequality, and external threats, and a reminder of the fragility of even the most powerful empires and nations. And so, we are left to contemplate the lessons of history, and the ways in which they can inform and guide us in the present and the future.